sitting here for over an hour waiting to be interviewed. I think that's your cue that this probably isn't the company you want to be working for. Take it from me, as somebody that's actually had this happen to them, it's not worth it. Just walk out, because even if you get hired, this is foreshadowing how awful that job will be. What's going on, Moderchodes? It's your boy Long Nail, back again with another new video. And in today's video, we're going over the hot posts from r/WellThatSucks. Let's get into it. Finished sorting my cards, and then I fell. And also ruined a lot of those cards. Hopefully they weren't too valuable, because that would make this sting twice as much as it already does. Finding cinnamon sugar shrimp tails in your cinnamon toast crunch? What? Why is shrimp and cinnamon toast crunch even being made in remotely the same factory? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I feel like those two things probably aren't even allowed to be cooked in the same factory. But then again, I know nothing about food processing, so you guys can let me know if I'm wrong and this is somehow semi-reasonable. But I feel like this is just a worker who went, let's give somebody a surprise, and threw a couple shrimp tails from lunch in there. Ugh. I should have worn socks. Okay, that's an interesting outlook to have on this situation. I'd say you should have probably stopped running when your heels got blistered and not kept running to the point where those blisters popped and then started to bleed terribly like this. Dude, or take your shoes off. Like, what is going through this guy's mind? Why? Why would you keep wearing these shoes? I can only imagine the excruciating pain you were going through. Take them off. This pregnancy test, which is quite confusing. Maybe it's saying, don't have a kid, or we don't know if you can even have a kid. I don't know. This has to be photoshopped. Why on earth would there be a pregnancy test that just has question mark as the answer? Like, I spent $5 on this test for you to tell me I don't know? Okay, can I get a refund then, please? A hot, fresh lasagne in my favorite dish. So not only did you completely just wreck this lasagna, but you also ruined your favorite dish. Wow, this is a double whammy. This is one where you can't even just go, 5-second rule, because the second you do, you realize, oh yeah, that was glass. And now my mouth is bleeding. Good morning to everybody except for the people I work with. And me. Now none of us get donuts. Yep, this is very unfortunate. Now, there is a couple, maybe even 5 or 6, that are 100% good to go. They're not touching the floor. Those other ones, I mean, I would eat them personally. That floor doesn't look too gross. But would you guys? I definitely wouldn't give them to my coworkers. But let's be honest. If it's just you in the car, nobody saw, you're eating those donuts, right? Or am I just disgusting? That time my son dropped his Kindle Fire on the way out of the doctor's office. And it was never seen ever again. Because somehow this kid managed to defeat all odds and perfectly drop it while this elevator door was open all the way down the elevator shaft. What are the odds of that happening? And also, is this even ever possibly going to be retrieved? Like, is there a way to get under the elevator and try to see if it's still there? And if so, how much does that cost? And is it worth it? Or do you just take the L? If this happens to me, I'm probably just taking the L, because I don't even want to admit to the embarrassing fact that I dropped the Kindle down there. And, you know, it is just a Kindle. Let's be honest. Who even uses those anymore? No bueno. Bueno. Wait, I would say if that was you that it happened to, definitely no bueno. But if you just walked up to the vending machine and it was like that, you better be putting in $1 if you like these things and trying to get 2 for 1. This is, sucks if you're the person it happens to, but this is the best thing you can possibly walk up to a vending machine and see, because they gave up on it. They didn't have another dollar. But I have that dollar, and I'm getting that. Was using bleach, and the bottle fell and burst and got into my eye. Might have permanent damage. Okay, this is the new Bad Luck Brian, I guess. The chain of events here is just so ridiculous. Like, using bleach, I mean, I guess maybe he should have had on eye protection, but probably most of us don't do that. Then it falls, but not only when it falls, it bursts, but not only when it bursts does it burst, it bursts and gets directly in his eye. And not only does it get in his eye, it gets in his eye so much that he could have permanent damage. Nice. I think it's safe to say we have squirrels in the wall. Yeah, you see all of those thousands of little brown dots? Yeah, those are all acorns or nuts or whatever stored inside of this dude's home. And he had to bust out the drywall to get rid of all of them. I mean, this is tens of thousands. There was even more than shown in this picture. It's insane. Well, what? Man, people just really do have the worst luck possible. So my worst nightmare happened today. A spider fell into my ear while I was sleeping. And then you proceeded to chop your ear off. No? Your boyfriend or girlfriend walked in and said, it's just a fake spider. No? Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm not sleeping in that room for days, possibly weeks, until first off, this spider is exterminated completely. But also, I need to make sure it didn't have any other little buddies. Because this time, it was the ear. But the next time, I could wake up with the spider in my mouth. Yeah, no thank you. Not sure what I did to make those birds mad today, but they taught you a lesson. Don't park under their tree. For some reason, it ruins their point of view. And they let you know, hey, buddy, this isn't a parking spot for you. Didn't think to clear the snow from the roof of my shed this winter. But if that little of snow can collapse your shed, I'm going to say it's a good thing it collapsed with the snow on it and you not in it, because this looks like, I don't know, maybe you bought it from the Dollar Tree. I get it. It's just a shed, but a shed should be able to hold up what looks like maybe 100 pounds of snow. If that, like, what's going on here, man? How cheap was this shed? My neighbor's doing some laundry. Yeah. Let's take a picture instead of taking the AirPods out and just trying to save them for your neighbor. But I get it. Not really your fault. And this sucks. What's the worst thing you guys have ever found in your laundry? I think I've had a couple of dollar bills in there. I don't think I've had headphones, or definitely not AirPods. Maybe cheap wired headphones. I don't know. I don't think I've had anything too dramatic. What have you guys had in there? Anything worse than this? Because I'm doubting that. County's doing some road work, and someone in charge figured parking the excavator on my front lawn would be just fine. You know what's so aggravating about this? Is when you bring that up to them, they'll probably just go, oh yeah, sorry. And then you're just left with this totally wrecked front yard, and you have to pay for it out of pocket because they're not going to do anything. And then, you could say, oh, well, I'll make them do something. But by the time you go through all the fees and yada yada of all that stuff, it's like, would have just been easier to pay for it myself. And I think a lot of these people know that, so they just do what they want and let you deal with it. Come on, man. Treat it like it was your own yard and don't do this. All right, Modern Chodes, that's it for the hot post from r/WellThatSucks. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. And of course, share this video with your friends. And if you want to help support the channel for free, anytime you have any shopping to do on Amazon, just click the link in the description down below. Do your shopping as regular. It won't cost you anything extra, and it'll help support the channel. So I'd really appreciate it. Till next time, peace.